What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology Retold action here. Today, I'm going to be taking you through the god Odin. This is also going to work for Loki. This is also going to work for Freya, but there is a big change with Norse in that now dwarves train at only 15 seconds, which means the build orders do change from that day one build order I posted. So I wanted to keep you guys informed of what the strongest builds are. Jumping in, the first thing you're going to want to be doing is getting your dwarfs out. They gather gold the fastest. There's no downside to building them, so get them out as fast as you possibly can. I'm also going to send an entire villager over onto this gold mine. And we're also going to be getting ourselves an ox cart here out of this villager. So the reason we're doing this, and we're also just going to get 10 gold from this one. 10 gold and then jump off. No sense in staying around. We're not in a rush. We're going to get ourselves that dwarf out as well. This dwarf here is going to finish up that gold perfectly. We even click auto queue on the dwarf to get our dwarf out really, really easily without having to spam everything. You can do that by right-clicking the dwarf or hitting Alt W. Those are both options there, and we're just going to slowly get these dwarves out over the course of our archaic age. We only really want to have 4. I'm going to walk you all the way through till about 6 minutes. I talk about 6 minutes as the gold standard in Age Mythology. The gold standard is 6 minutes, 60 population. So that's what we're going to walk through here today with Odin. So we've gone 3 villagers on food. We've got 2 villagers on 2 dwarves on gold. We've got 2 gatherers on wood. Okay. All you have to remember is whenever you've got the gold to build a dwarf. And we can also stop building dwarves at a certain point and get ourselves a temple. I'm going to do that at three dwarves here, and then I'm just going to put everyone else onto everyone else onto food here with these gatherers. So these dwarves are going to get us the gold we need to get our temple up in time, and everyone else is going to be happy on the giraffes here. Let's all kill the same giraffe, hey? Okay, so it's basically around about 7 villagers on food is all you're going to need. I'm just going to wait with my berserker in my main base. You could go scouting, you could go and place this nice far forward, but yeah, we're going to go 7 onto food, and then we're going to put 2 over onto wood, and then we're going to get a dwarf to finish, and we should have a perfect amount of food. Now, you guys might be saying, Odin gathers food faster, which is true, but we're going to have plenty of food here as Loki and as Freya as well if you want to do this build. So we're going to get 2 more gatherers out. I'm going to pre-plan it so I don't have to think, and everything is going to be very, very nice. I might actually do a little bit of micro here as well, making sure that the villagers aren't doing silly things like attacking this giraffe here. I want to get as much food out of this as I possibly can. You might even want to use Great Hunt on this as well if you're playing as Odin, just to make everything really nice and strong and good. And these villagers here are going to just quickly get all of those resources in. You might need to force drop here. I'm looking at the dwarf, and I'm just going to grab this, and I'm just going to force drop, and we're not going to have the resources. And I'm just going to force drop, and we're going to be able to get that out. Now, if you're playing as Loki or as Freya, you might want to put an extra villager onto food instead of how I did it here. Okay, so now here's the big important things. When we advance, we're going to drop 2 houses down. And we're going to get ourselves Herser out. We're not getting any economic upgrades. I'm going to click Great Hunt on this. You can see that Great Hunting one giraffe is completely fine. It allows you to get a big fat giraffe there. Okay, so we're just going to get Herser out. We want to get our buildings out, and we're aiming to get ourselves a very specific amount of dwarves on gold in the classical age. We're going for 6. After that, we just want gatherers here, and that's going to allow us to get the most units out as fast as we possibly can. We're also going to be going for throwing axemen, raiding cavalry, Herser. That's our unit composition. As we could be scouting with these guys here. I don't really mind. Okay, we're going to put our barracks down. We're going to put this down. We're going to keep our dudes coming out. We've got everything queued up in our town center, and we can just auto queue villagers after this. So this is all pre-queued up for us. We don't have to worry about it. So you just do it ahead of time. You're not going to run out of, not have resources or something. So it's all good. You can go harass with the Valkyrie if you like. I recommend doing it. The Valkyrie is really, really strong early. Okay. So Just keep on making sure you're building those Herser out. And as soon as our buildings are up, we build our dudes here. And you guys can practice this in like single player until you can nail this much. As soon as we got those villages down, we're going to be moving on to the next hunt here. And we just keep on keeping on with these guys. We can actually sit in our base here as well on these chickens if you really want to. But I'm going to move up onto this. I'm going to send these guys up here. These guys over here will finish up on that giraffe at some point here. It's got so much food. Okay, we're just going to make sure we're spending all of our resources here. We need to get ourselves another house. You can see our population is going up nice and fast. No idle time in our villages. I said no idle time in our villages. Fantastic. So little mistakes there from me, but that's what it is. Make sure we get our houses down. Keep building units. And look at this. We're going to be very, very spot on here. At least I think I will be. It's going to be close actually, but let's keep getting our guys out, and we are at just under or just at 60 population here. And he bolts my Valkyrie. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. We were there. We were there. And this is a really, really good kind of way to gauge how well you're going in your builds and all of your good stuff here. So next part here is you basically just want to go and attack your opponent with this timing here. If you do this really well, you're going to find a lot of wins with this timing here. A lot of your opponents are going to be sitting outside of their base at this point in the game as well. So it's a perfect time to go and attack them. So I'm just going to run down here and do some killing of this. I think this is the Titan AI. So this is, technically speaking, the strongest AI that is actually fair in this game. He is being a little bit rude with his centaur, but we're going to be able to kill those nice and easily. And he's going to have some trouble. You can just see how strong this. You can see how strong this is potentially going to be, and how important that early game macro is. All right, well, we'll end it there. That is the video. That is the macro. Getting enough villagers on food so that you can support building raiding cavalry, support building everything else. Enough dwarves so that you can have everything. Not overdoing the dwarves. One thing I didn't mention is that while the dwarves have got a 1.06 gold gather rate, their gather rate on wood and food is abysmal. They're really, really bad. You don't want them on anything but gold. So that's really, really important to keep in the back of your mind. One thing also to keep in the back of your mind is when do you want to continue? When do you want to start building dwarves again? And I think there's around about a time here, maybe at 7 minutes, where you want to start building some more dwarves if your plan is to go to the heroic age. So you need a little bit more than 6 to start working towards that heroic age, or working towards more units being able to be trained. So getting another barracks out, getting another great hall out, or yeah, it's just to spam more stuff. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.